Breaking news. Operation Olive Branch supposedly reported their own volunteers to the FBI.
Operation Olive Branch has been reporting activists to the FBI. Operation Olive Branch has been reporting people to the FBI. Operation Olive Branch has been reporting people to the FBI. It says it in I Told You So. In fact, I never really said anything negative about Operation Olive Branch. This is just a PSA. It's been confirmed by one of their lawyers that Operation Olive Branch is reporting people to the FBI.
A couple months ago, a few OOB volunteers left OOB after questioning some of the practices that the organization was using. Since they have left, they were reported to the FBI. These are protesters. These are activists. These are people who do not want their name associated with the FBI. And now that they are on a watch list, it really can cause some issues.
And now today I just found out that allegedly Operation Olive Branch was reporting its own activists to the FBI? Oh my God. Like, what shot does the left in America have of building any power when it seems like that no matter what organization you join, either it's full of grifters, it's full of moles, it's full of people who can't work through problems together? Something, man, and the right just booms us every time.
Operation Olive Branch is a sketchy organization that reports activists to the FBI.
Operation Olive Branch have been reporting activists to the FBI, at least according to social media everywhere. There were rumors of this early on Reddit, but it turns out they aren't helping Palestinians, they're hurting anyone trying to help Palestinians.
Operation Olive Branch has submitted the names of former activists who worked with them, for them, alongside them, to the FBI. And I'm gonna be real, that's weird, it's real weird, and I wanna be frank, I'm like transparent, like I'm neutral to some of the people that this has happened to, but like, I mean, far outside of that, like Operation Olive Branch, as I understood it, was a collective of people who were working together to get help to Palestinians, like food, tents. Like right now, they're drowning and raining. On average, people are eating a 1/2 meal every 2 days. The people there are fucking suffering. And I thought that OB was like an organization, a group, a collective that was beneficial. But when some of the very core members that really helped raise tens of thousands of dollars for Palestinians who were in need were asking questions about who is participating, how it's being run, suddenly it's not good. Suddenly they're sending out cease and desist. Suddenly they're submitting the personal information of these activists to the FBI. But I would suggest supporting other organizations, Palestinian-led organizations, and Palestinian families directly or through like the people who have to sponsor them to do the GoFundMes. I'm not messing with this OB stuff no more, and I think it's pretty gross that that's happening.
Operation Olive Branch is officially imploding! In further evidence that the Palestinian movement is officially dead, I was sent a video of somebody that was apparently a top volunteer for Operation Olive Branch, and she has been reported to the FBI along with a few others by the leaders of Operation Olive Branch, something about cyber crimes and doing a bunch of stuff. I'm not really entirely sure. But it's interesting because apparently Maya Aruni just deleted her account. She had like millions of followers here and just deleted it. I'm not entirely sure if she was like involved in Operation Olive Branch. I do know that she was obviously somebody that was promoting it. I'm pretty sure she was promoting, sending money to, people, but basically Operation Olive Branch is like kaput. Supposedly the top volunteers, one of their main concerns and one of their main complaints and one of the things that they were trying to do was basically advocate for more transparency because according to them, they weren't entirely certain that the money was going to Palestinian families. But yeah, so this is what happens in all leftist movements. They all go, implode because they're all just fighting purity tests and they don't actually get anything done because they're all just making sure that the process is correct. And with the process being correct, then they're spending all their time on the process. And then eventually someone's not being pure enough and someone's not doing the process well enough. And then eventually it's just boop.
I really hate that the Middle East has become an I told you so moment right now. I really hate that it is a fuck around and find out kind of moment. But you spent a year calling them Genocide Joe and Killer Kamala, calling every single person who wanted to vote for them genocide sympathizers, fascists, democratic shills. making fun and actively harassing every single person who wanted to prevent a Donald Trump presidency, and at some point even started advocating for a Donald Trump presidency. And now you're looking at all of his bloodthirsty cabinet picks, panicking and being like, Joe Biden, save us. He can't do anything. You're looking around saying, well, what should we do? It's what you should have done. It's what you should have done. It's already done. It's over. There's nothing we can do now. And that is what everybody tried to tell you. We tried to tell you that voting for Donald Trump or not voting for Kamala Harris in any way, shape, or form was going to lead to a Donald Trump presidency. A Trump presidency where he was going to wipe out Palestine in a matter of weeks. A Trump presidency where he already has a long-standing history of hating Palestinians, getting rid of the PLO office, implementing a Muslim ban, of recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. All of these things. He hates Palestine, and you really let him win. And that's really what this boils down to. I don't know how to help you other than to say, I told you so. And maybe you've learned your lesson that no matter how much you hate this two-party system, sometimes you have to work within it to get the change you want to see.
So now that we're post-election, where's that Raina Masari lady at in North Carolina? Because I'm in North Carolina. I would love to see where she's doing. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to hear her opinions. I've been all over this app trying to figure out where she at. I need her to come to the front. Come, woman. She was all over flying to Michigan, telling people in North Carolina not to vote for Harrison. You remember that lady. You remember that lady.
If you don't want to vote for Jill, vote for Donald Trump. But do not give a vote to Kamala Harris.
So I just want to know where she's at now. Come on to the front, love. You had all this to say. Now that Trump said he's gonna finish the job, where you at? Where you at?
To be clear, I think this is going to be the biggest loss to the pro-Palestinian movement after the fact that y'all just elected Donald Trump, a man who says that he will happily let Israel completely roll over Gaza, that he wants to use, property in Gaza for a beach resort, etc., etc.
Listen to this pure goofiness right here.
If you don't want to vote for Jill, vote for Donald Trump. But do not give a vote to Kamala Harris.
First of all, permanent ceasefire in Palestine. Second of all, your strategy to end the violence in Israel is to vote for the man who created the Muslim ban. The man whose son-in-law is talking about waterfront property, which could be very valuable on Gaza soil. Her strategy to save Gaza was to elect the man who actively antagonizes Iran. Iran and Lebanon, who are currently battling Israel. Did we happen to think through which of the candidates were going to treat the Muslims that actually live in America well? Because as a Muslim, I don't think it's the Muslim ban candidate. And clearly, other people were not thinking about the welfare of Palestinians at all. Because what Trump wants to do is bulldoze it down to the ground, and he wants the fighting over by any cost. In the meantime, the Republican Party is going to control all three branches of the government. You know what? I see all these people online coming on here and saying, oh my God, we gotta work together. We can't blame each other. We can't throw each other under the bus. I beg to differ. We need to be talking about this. In my opinion, black voters are the only ones that did their homework this election season.
To JillStein2024.com and learn more about Dr. Stein's platform.
Use my platforms such as Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok to advocate for the Palestinian cause, amplifying the voices that are being silenced. Last month, I woke up one day ready to post another video as usual, only to find out that I wasn't able to log into my Instagram account. Literally overnight, my main Instagram account, a page with 1 million followers, was deleted. All of my videos where I exposed Zionists were completely gone. They gave me no actual reason other than there were too many violations, which is simply untrue since I've never had a problem with Instagram before. Each platform has a different system when it comes to bans or pages getting deleted, but the majority of people on Instagram who lose their account like this never get them back.
Voting green in the chat right now. I need everyone to comment voting green in the comments.
Y'all wanted to play the fuck around game so goddamn badly. Well, you are fixing to find out very bigly.